Valmiki Ramayanam तपस्वाध्यायनिरतं तपस्वी वाग्विदाम्बरं नारदं परिपप्रच्छ वाल्मीकिर्मुनिपुङ्गवम् कोऽन्वस्मिन् साम्प्रतं लोके गुणवान् कच्छ वीर्यवान् धर्मज्ञश्च कृतज्ञश्च सत्यवाक्यो दृढव्रतः चारित्रेण च को युक्तः सर्वभूतेषु को हितः विद्वान् कः समर्थश्च कच्चैकप्रियदर्शनः आत्मवान् को चितक्रोधो द्युतिमान् को न सूयकः कस्य बिभ्यति देवाच्च जातरोषस्य संयुगे एतदिच्छाम्यहं श्रोतुं परं कौतूहलं हि मे महर्षेत्वं समर्थोऽसि ज्ञातुमेवं विदं नरम् श्रुत्वा चैतत् त्रिलोकज्ञो वाल्मीकिर्नारदो वचः श्रूयतामिति चामन्त्र्य प्रहृष्टो वाक्यमब्रवीत् बहवो दुर्लभाश्चैव ये त्वया कीर्तिता गुणाः मुने वक्ष्याम्यहं बुद्ध्या तैर्युक्तः श्रुतयतां नरः इक्ष्वाकुवंशप्रभवो रामो नाम जनैः श्रुतः नियतात्मा महावीर्यो द्युतिमान् वशी बुद्धिमान् नीतिमान् वाग्मी श्रीमान् शत्रुनिबर्हनः विपुलांसो महाबाहुः कम्बुग्रीवो महाहनुः महोरस्को महेश्वासो गूढजत्रुररिन्दमः आजानुबाहुः सुशिराः सुललाटसुविक्रमः समविभक्ताङ्गः स्निग्धवर्णः प्रतापवान् पीनवक्षा विशालाक्षो लक्ष्मीवान् शुभलक्षणः धर्मज्ञः सत्यसन्धश्च प्रजानां च हिते रतः यशस्वी ज्ञानसम्पन्नः शुचिर्वश्यस्य समाधिमान् प्रजापतिसमः श्रीमान् धाता रिपुनिषूदनः रक्षिता जीवलोकस्य धर्मस्य परिरक्षिता रक्षिता स्वस्य धर्मस्य स्वजनस्य च रक्षिता वेदाङ्गतत्त्वज्ञो धनुर्वेदे च निष्ठितः सर्वशास्त्रार्थतत्त्वज्ञः स्मृतिमान् प्रतिभानवान् सर्वलोकप्रियः साधुः अधीनात्मा विचक्षणः सर्वदाभिगतः सद्भिः समुद्र इव सिन्धुभिः आर्यः सर्वः समच्चैव सदैव प्रियदर्शनः स च सर्वगुणोपेतः कौसल्यानन्दवर्धनः समुद्र इव गाम्भीर्ये धैर्येण हिमवानिव विष्णुना सदृशो वीर्ये सोमवत्प्रियदर्शनः कालाग्निसदृशः क्रोधे क्षमया पृथिवी समः धनदेन समस्त्यागे सत्ये धर्म इवापरः तमेवं गुणसम्पन्नं रामं सत्यपराक्रमं ज्येष्ठं श्रेष्ठगुणैर्युक्तं प्रियं दशरथः सुतं प्रकृतीनां हितैर्युक्तं प्रकृतिप्रियकाम्यया यौवराज्येन संयोक्तुं हर्षत्प्रीत्या महीपतिः तस्याभिषेकसंभारान् दृष्ट्वा भार्यात् कैकेयी पूर्वं दत्तवरा देवी वरमेन मयाचत निवासनं च रामस्य भरतस्याभिषेचनम् स सत्यवचनात् शैव धर्मपाशेन संयतः विवासयामास सुतं रामं दशरथप्रियम् स जगाम वनं वीरः प्रतिज्ञामनुपालयन् पितर्वचननिर्देशात् कैकेय्याः प्रियकारणात् तं व्रजन्तं प्रियो भ्राता लक्ष्मणो न जगामयः स्नेहाद्विनयसम्पन्नः सुमित्रानन्दवर्धनः भ्रातरं दयितो भ्रातुः सौभ्रात्रमनुदर्शयन् रामस्य दयिता भार्या नित्यं प्राणसमाहिता जनकस्य कुले जाता देवमायेव निर्मिता सर्वलक्षणसम्पन्ना नारीणामुत्तमा वधूः सीताप्यनुगता रामं शशिनं रोहिणी यथा पौरैरनुगतो दूरं पित्रा दशरथेन च शृङ्गिभेरपुरे सूतं गङ्गाकूले व्यसर्जयत् गुहमासाद्य धर्मात्मा निषादाधिपतिं प्रियम् गुहेन सहितो रामो लक्ष्मणेन च सीतया ते वनेन वनं गत्वा नदीस्तीर्त्वा बहुदकाः चित्रकूटमनुप्राप्य भरद्वाजस्य शासनात् रम्यमावा रम्यमावसतं कृत्वा रममाना वनेत्रयः देवगन्धर्वसङ्काशाः तत्र ते न्यवसन् सुखम् चित्रकूटं गते रामे पुत्रशोकातुरस्तथा राजा दशरथः स्वर्गं जगाम विलपन् सुतं ऋते तु तस्मिन् भरतो वसिष्ठप्रमुखैर्द्विजैः नियुज्यमानो राज्याय नैच्छद्राज्यं महाबलः स जगाम वनं वीरो रामपादप्रसादकः गत्वा तु सुमहात्मानं रामं सत्यपराक्रमम् अयाचत् भ्रातरं रामम् आर्यभाव पुरस्कृतः त्वमेव राजा धर्मज्ञः इति रामं वचो ब्रवीत् रामोऽपि परमोदारः सुमुखः सुमहायशाः न चैच्छत् पितुरादेशात् राज्यं रामो महाबलः पादुके चास्य राज्याय न्यासं दत्त्वा पुनः पुनः निवर्तयामास ततो भरतं भरताग्रजः सका सकाममनवाप्य वा रामपादावु पस्पृशन् नन्दिग्रामे करोद्राज्यं रामागमनाकाङ्क्षया गते तु भरते श्रीमान् सत्यसन्धो जितेन्द्रियः रामस्तु पुनरालक्ष्य नगरस्य जनस्य च तत्रागमनमेकाग्रो दण्डकान् प्रविवेशः प्रविश्यतु महारण्यं रामो राजीवलोचनः विरादं राक्षसं हत्वा शरभङ्गं ददर्शः सुतीक्ष्णं चाप्यगस्त्यं च अगस्त्यभ्रातरं तथा अगस्त्यवचनाच्चैव जग्राहेन्द्रं शरासनं खड्गं च परमप्रीतः तूणी चाक्ष्य सायकौ वसतस्तस्य रामस्य वने वनचरैः सह ऋषयोऽभ्यागमन् सर्वे वधायासुररक्षसां स तेषां प्रतिशुश्राव राक्षसानां तथा वने प्रतिज्ञातश्च रामेण वधस्सयं संयति राक्षसां ऋषीणामग्निकल्पानां दण्डकारण्यवासिनां तेन तत्रैव वसता जनस्थाननिवासिनी विरूपिता शूर्पणखा राक्षसी कामरूपिणी ततः शूर्पणखा वाक्यात् उद्युक्तान् सर्वराक्षसान् खरं त्रिशिरसं चैव दूषणं चैव राक्षसम् निजघानरणे रामः तेषां चैव पदानुगान् वने तस्मिन् निवसता जनस्थाननिवासिनां रक्षसां निहतान्यासान् सहस्राणि चतुर्दश ततो ज्ञातिवधं श्रुत्वा रावणक्रोधमूर्छितः सहायं वरयामास मारीचं नाम राक्षसं वार्यमानसुबहुशो मारीचेन स रावणः न विरोधो बलवता क्षमो रावणतेन ते अनादृत्य तु तद्वाक्यं रावणकालचोदितः जगामसः मारीचः तस्याश्रमपदं तदा तेन मायाविना दूरम् अपवाह्य नृपात्मजो जहार भार्यां रामस्य गृध्रं हत्वा जटायुषम् गृध्रं च निहतं दृष्ट्वा कृतां श्रुत्वा च मैथिलीं राघवशोकसन्तप्तो विललापाकुलेन्द्रियः ततस्तेनैव शोकेन गृध्रं दग्ध्वा जटायुषम् मार्गमानो वने सीतां राक्षसं सन्ददर्शः कबन्धं नाम रूपेण विकृतं घोरदर्शनम् तं निहत्य महाबाहुः ददाह स्वर्गतच्छसः स चास्य कथयामास शबरीं धर्मचारिणीं शमनीं धर्मनिपुणामभिगच्छेति राघवम् सोऽभ्यगच्छन् महातेजाः शबरीं शत्रुसूदनः शबर्या पूजितः सम्यक् रामो दशरथात्मजः पम्पातीरे हनुमता सङ्गतो वानरेणः हनुमद्वचनाच्चैव सुग्रीवेण समागतः सुग्रीवाय च तत्सर्वं शंसद्रामो महाबलः आदितस्तद्यथावृत्तं सीताया च विशेषतः सुग्रीवच्चापि तत्सर्वं श्रुत्वा रामस्य वानरः चकार सख्यं रामेण प्रीता चैवाग्निसाक्षिकम् ततो वानरराजेन वैरानुकतनं प्रति रामायावेदितं सर्वं प्रणयाद्दुःखितेन च प्रतिज्ञातं च रामेण तदा वालिवदं प्रति वालिनश्च बलं तत्र कथयामास वानरः सुग्रीवच्चङ्कितश्चासीत् नित्यं वीर्येण राघवे राघवप्रत्ययार्थं तु दुन्दुभेः कायमुत्तमम् दर्शयामास सुग्रीवो महापर्वतसन्निभम् कुस्मयित्वा महाबाहुः प्रेक्षचास्ति महाबलः पादाङ्गुष्ठेन चिक्षेप सम्पूर्णं दशयोजनम् बिभेद च पुनः सालान् सप्तैकेन महेशुना गिरिं रसातलं चैव जनयन् प्रत्ययं तदा ततः प्रीतमनास्तेन विश्वस्तः सह महाकपिः किष्किन्धां रामसहितो जगाम च गुहां तदा ततो गर्जद्धरिवरः सुग्रीवो हेमपिङ्गलः तेन नादेन महता निर्जगाम हरीश्वरः अनुमान्य तदा तारां सुग्रीवेन समागतः निजघान च तत्रैनं शरेणैकेन राघवः ततः सुग्रीववचनात् हत्वा वालिनमहवे सुग्रीवमेव तद्राज्ये राघवः प्रत्यपादयत् स च सर्वान् समानीय वानरान् वानरर्षभः दिश प्रस्थापयामास दिदृक्षज्जनकात्मजाम् ततो गृध्रस्य वचनात् सम्पातेर्हनुमान् बली शतयोजनविस्तीर्णं पुप्लुवे लवनार्णवम् तत्र लङ्कां समासाद्य पुरीं रावणपालितां ददर्श सीतां ध्यायन्तीम् अशोकवनिकां गतां निवेदयित्वा विज्ञानं प्रवृत्तिं च निवेद्य च समाश्वास्य च वैदेहीं मर्दयामास तोरणम् पञ्चसेनाग्रगान् हत्वा सप्तमन्त्रिसुतानपि शूरमक्षं च निष्पिष्य ग्रहणं समुपागमत् अस्त्रेणोन्मुक्तमात्मानं ज्ञात्वा पैतामहाद्वरात् मर्षयन् राक्षसान् वीरो यन्त्रनस्तान् यदृच्छया ततो दग्ध्वा पुरीं लङ्कां ऋते सीतां च मैथिलीं रामाय प्रियमाख्यातुं पुनरायान् महाकपिः सोऽभिगम्य महात्मानं कृत्वा रामं प्रदक्षिणम् न्यवेदयादमेयात्मा दृष्टासीतेति तत्त्वतः ततः सुग्रीवसहितो गत्वा तीरं महोदधेः समुद्रं क्षोभयामास शरैरादित्यसन्निभैः दर्शयामास चात्मानं समुद्रसरितां पतिः समुद्रवचनाच्चैव नलं सेतुमकारयत् तेन गत्वा पुरीं लङ्कां हत्वा रावणमहवे रामः सीतामनुप्राप्य परां व्रीडामुपागमत् तामुवाच ततो रामः पुरुषश्च न संसदि अमृष्यमाणा सा सीता विवेश ज्वलनं सती ततोऽग्निवचनात् सीतां ज्ञात्वा विगतकल्मषां बभौ रामः सम्प्रहृष्टः पूजितः सर्वदैवतैः कर्मणा तेन महता त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं सदेवर्षिगणं तुष्टं राघवस्य महात्मनः अभिषिच्य च लङ्कायां राक्षसेन्द्रं विभीषणं कृतकृत्यस्तथा रामो विज्वरः प्रमुमोदः देवताभ्यो वरं प्राप्य समुत्थाप्य च वानरान् अयोध्यां प्रस्थितो रामः पुष्पकेन सुहृद्रुतः भरद्वाजाश्रमं गत्वा रामः सत्यपराक्रमः भरतस्यान्तिकं रामो हनुमन्तं व्यसर्जयत् पुनराख्यायिकं जल्पन् सुग्रीवसहितच्च सः पुष्पकं तत्समारुह्य नन्दिग्रामं ययौ तदा नन्दिग्रामे जटाहित्वा भ्रातृभिः सहितो नगः रामः सीतामनुप्राप्य राज्यं पुनरवाप्तवान् प्रहृष्टो मुदितो लोकः तुष्टः पुष्टः सुधार्मिकः निरामयो ह्यरोगच्च दुर्भिक्षभयवर्जितः न पुत्रमरणं किञ्चित् रक्ष्यन्ति पुरुषाः क्वचित् नार्यच्चा विधवा नित्यं भविष्यन्ति पतिव्रताः न चाग्निजं भयं किञ्चित् नाप्सुमज्जन्ति जन्तवः न वातजं भयं किञ्चित् नापि ज्वरकृतं तथा न चापि क्षुद्भयं तत्र न तस्करभयं तथा नगराणि च राष्ट्राणि धनधान्ययुतानि च नित्यं प्रमुदिताः सर्वे यथा कृतयुगे तथा अश्वमेधशतैरिष्ट्वा तथा बहुसुवर्णकैः गवां कोट्ययुतं दत्त्वा ब्रह्मलोकं प्रयास्यति असङ्ख्येयं धनं दत्त्वा ब्राह्मणेभ्यो महायशाः राजवंशान् शतगुणान् स्थापयिष्यति राघवः चातुर्वर्ण्यं च लोकेऽस्मिन् स्वे स्वे धर्मे नियोक्ष्यति दशवर्षसहस्राणि दशवर्षशतानि च रामो राज्यमुपासीत्वा ब्रह्मलोकं प्रयास्यति इदं पवित्रं पापज्ञौ पुण्यवेदैश्च संमितं यं पठेद् रामचरितं सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते एतदाख्यानमायुष्यं पठन् रामायणं नरः सपुत्रपौत्रसगणः प्रेत्य स्वर्गे महीयते पठन् द्विजो वागृषभत्वमीयात् स्यात् क्षत्रियो भूमिपतित्वमीयात् वनिज्जनः पन्यफलत्वमीयात् जनश्च शूद्रोऽपि महत्त्वमीयात् इत्यार्षे श्रीमद् रामायणे आदिकाव्ये संक्षेपो नाम प्रथमः सर्गः इति श्रीशतश्लोकी वाल्मीकि रामायणं समाप्तम्। हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी। थैंक यू प्रभुजी। म्यूट లో ఉన్నారు ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సుధామాతాజీ, చాలా బాగా లైక్ చేశారు. వెరీ బ్యూటిఫుల్. కౌసల్య సుప్రజా రామ ట్యూన్ లో చాలా బాగుంది ఇది. కౌసల్య సుప్రజా రామ పూర్వా సంధ్యా ప్రవర్తతే ఉత్తిష్ట నరశార్దూలా కర్తవ్యం దైవమాగ్నికం తపస్వాధ్యాయ నిరతం తపస్వీ వాగ్విదాంబరం నారదం పరిపప్రచ్ఛ వాల్మీకి మునిపుంగవం. యా గుడ్, చాలా బ్యూటిఫుల్, బాగా చదివారు. So my goal is in the next few days, as we keep on reciting Sankshepa Ramayana, I want everyone to feel comfortable with the pronunciation, the tune, everything, so that at the end of next 3 months or so, Sankshepa Ramayana Slokas should become as familiar as Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra Slokas. Now Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra, even if we hear something random in between, Aprameyo Hrishikesha Padmanabho Maraprabhu, even if you hear something random like that, you know that it is from Vishnu Sahasranama. You don't have to know the meaning, you don't need to know the shloka number, nothing is required. But at least You should know that, yes, I am familiar with these words. I know this shloka. This is from Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. So that's the goal for the next 3 months. This is April, May, June. So we started this in March actually. So March, April, May, June. These 4 months, every day we are going to recite Sankshepa Ramayana. We'll be discussing different things, either Rama Katha, Krishna Katha, or it could be Narsimha Katha during Narsimha Chaturdashi. Different things we'll discuss. We might discuss Venkateshwara Mahatyam also. But this will be standard. Every day in the beginning of the call, we'll recite Sankshepa Ramayana for the next 3 to 4 days, 3 to 4 months. Yeah. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruhyate. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, practice, 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 abhyasa, repetition. Only by repetition we will learn anything. Only by repetition we will memorize anything. Only by repetition we will get connected to anything. So everything is in the repetition. Repetition is the key to success. So with that, we'll start now. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसम्. श्रीमद् वाल्मीकि रामायणम की जय. श्री सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय. Okay, so today we will discuss, we'll continue to discussing Guha's devotion for Rama. But before that, just wanted to share some general important thing. So I wanted to share this beautiful thing, the 5-step toolkit for spiritual awakening. There are 5 important techniques or 5 important processes that we need to follow to progress in bhakti. These 5 steps, these 5 processes will take us from illusion to illumination. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamasoma jyotirgamaya. So that method to take us from tamas to jyoti. Tamas means darkness, illusion, darkness, avidya. These are all same. Maya. Okay, so let's repeat these words. Okay, illusion,
illusion,
Maya,
Maya,
tamas,
tamas,
avidya,
avidya,
Vidya,
darkness.
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 So these are the 5 different things. So if anyone remembers any other synonyms, tell me now. Andhakar. Kulshekar Alvar in Mukundamala Stotra, he says beautifully, Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya chaurai prabho bali birindriya namadeyai मोहान्धकूपकुहरे विनिपातितस्य देवेश देहि कृपणस्य करावलम्बम् अन्धस्य मे हृतविवेकमहाधनस्य अन्धस्य हृतविवेक. My intelligence has been stolen. Hrita means intelligence. Hrita means stolen. Viveka is intelligence. My intelligence has been stolen. That's why I feel darkness. Intelligence has been stolen means what? Avidya. I don't have knowledge. I don't have spiritual knowledge. I don't have enlightenment. So that is avidya. When you have avidya, you will experience darkness. Andhasya. Andhakar. Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadanasya. This great wealth, mahadana, called intelligence, viveka, has been stolen. By who? Chorai prabho bali birindriya namadeyai. It has been stolen by some thieves by the name Indriya. It has been stolen. The intelligence has been stolen by some thieves, and their names are Indriyas, Panchendriyas. Rupam rasam sparsham gandham. Rupa rasa sparsha
Shabdam.
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 Shabdam. Yeah. RR, SS and G. Rupam rasam shabdam sparsham and gandham. The intelligence has been stolen by these five thieves. Chorai prabho bhalibirindriya namadeyai. Mohantakopakuhare vinipatitasya. When my intelligence has been stolen, I am experiencing darkness. And where am I now? I am in a dark well. Moha anda kopa. Moha anda kopa. Now this is another word. In the beginning we were saying synonyms, right? Andakara, ignorance, tamas, like that. Andakopa. Kopa means well. Andakopa means dark well. I'm stuck in this dark well. Mohandakopakuhare vinipatitasya devesha dehi krupanasya karavalambham. And then we are praying. In the dark well, we are praying, "O my Lord, O Prabhu, O Mukunda, please give me your hand. Please uplift me." Karavalambham. With both hands lifted up, we are saying, "O Lord, please uplift me. Please lift me up from this Mohanda Kupa, from this dark dungeon or dark well." So, as Kulshekhar Alvar has beautifully described in that shloka, everybody is looking for path to illumination. Everybody is looking for path to illumination.
Even in the pranama mantras also, Om Adnana Timirandasya, Adnana Anjanam.
Yes. Yeah, there also. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Ramesh Garu, I'm recording. Yeah, I see some messages in the chat. Karunya said, very beautiful recitation. Did you say that to Sudha's Sankshepa Ramayana recitation or?
అవునండి.
Okay. అంటే నా శ్లోక రిసైటేషన్ కాదనమాట.
మీ శ్లోకస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ మెలోడియస్. బట్ అదేంటంటే వెన్ ఐ జాయిన్డ్ లిటిల్ బిట్ లేట్, బట్ ఇట్ వాస్ వెరీ నైస్. మీరు అన్నట్టు సుప్రభాతం టోన్లో ఇట్ వాస్ వెరీ మెలోడియస్.
చాలా బాగా చేసింది. అది రికార్డ్ చేశాను నేను సపరేట్గా. సంక్షేప రామాయణ రిసైటేషన్ ఒకటి నేను పంపిస్తాను అందరికి.
ఓకే.
ఒక క్లిప్పింగ్ పంపిస్తాను.
Not to disturb Prabhuji, but thank you for this 3 months goal. And I think at తర్వాత I was just telling in my house that అమ్మకి that దీని తర్వాత ఐమ్ ష్యూర్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ మీతో ఇలా భాగవతం రామాయణం భాగవతం అన్నీ నేర్చుకుంటాను అనేసి లుకింగ్ ఫార్వర్డ్ టు దట్.
Yeah, and I'm learning in the association of all of you. I'm also learning. So together we will learn and grow together.
హరే
Yeah,
కృష్ణ.
it will be a wonderful journey. Um, so here, the goal of um, the goal of every stotram, every scripture, uh, the essence of the writings of any acharya is the same. How to go from illusion to illumination. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. That's the goal of everything. So what are the 5 steps for that? Let us see that. But before that, let's try to understand what happens when you are in Maya and when you are in and what happens when you are in Jnana. Avidya and Vidya. Illusion is avidya, illumination or enlightenment is vidya. So when we are in illusion, Maya, what happens? We will associate with everybody. We'll associate with everybody. We'll go everywhere. We don't discriminate. Everything looks the same to us. Everything looks fine to us. It feels okay to go anywhere. It feels okay to make friendship with anyone. It feels okay to associate with anyone. We have to treat everyone as friends, but if they are not favorable to our bhakti, we have to keep some distance. We don't have to hate anybody, but we can maintain some distance from the people who are not favorable to bhakti. In the state of illumination, how do we achieve this state of illumination? The first thing is satsang. So this 5-step process, or these 5 different processes, they all start with S. S for satsang, S for shastra, S for sadhana, S for seva, S for smaranam. So the good satsang, good association, it enlightens us. It brings enlightenment to us. It gives us knowledge. Anything you learn, you can only learn in the association of good devotees, like-minded people. Just now, Karunya, you said that in the next 3-4 months we'll learn so many things: Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, so many things, right? So, and Saturday, Vishnu Sahasranama. So if this association was not there, if this group, if this club was not there, then what we will be doing at this time? We'll be watching TV or chit-chatting or talking to somebody in India for long hours. We'll be wasting our time basically. Okay, next, Shastra. Next one is Shastra, reading scriptures, reading Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, and so on. The scriptures enable us to see through the mirror of reality. Without the help of Shastra, we are blind to the reality. We are blind to the reality. Now, what is this reality? The reality is, I am not this body, but I am the soul. This is the reality. If we don't read scriptures, if we don't read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ramayana, we will remain in the bodily platform. We'll identify with matter and we'll do all kinds of nonsense stuff. But if we read scriptures, we'll start seeing through the mirror of reality. Next, sadhana. Third one is sadhana. This is the abhyasa, the practice. Especially, it refers to chanting, japa. The goal of reading all the scriptures, the second step is Shastra, right? The goal of reading all scriptures is to do japa, is to chant the holy name. Okay, it can be chanting the mantra, chanting the holy name, anything. If we don't do this, if we don't do japa, what happens? Then all the anarthas in our heart, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsarya, they will remain like that only, and will continue to accumulate more dirt. Our heart is already very dirty. It's already like a roasted, completely roasted potato. When you roast a potato, when you barbecue a potato for 10 minutes, it becomes completely black. So our heart is like that. It's completely dark. It's black. There is so much of dirt that is accumulated in our heart. And the only way to cleanse our heart is chanting. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam vidhyavadu jivanam Anandhambudivartanam pratipadam purnamruta swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. The first line, this is from Shikshashtakam. This is a shloka from Shikshashtakam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the glories of holy name, Nama Vaibhava. The first line says, Cheto Darpanam Darpana Marjanam. Now here, the title of this slide is The Diagnostic Mirror. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Now what is this mirror? Our heart or our mind is the mirror. Cheto Darpanam. Chetas means mind or heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Marjanam means cleansing. So when we cleanse our heart, when we chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Either that mantra or Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, or as Kulshekar Alvar in Mukundamala Stotra, he has beautifully given list of so many names. He has given different variations actually. Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Dhaya Pareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavaluntana Kovideti Nateti Nagashayaneti Jagannivase Tyalapinam Pratidinam Kurumam Mukunda. These are the different names of the Lord. Sri Vallabha, Varada, Dayapara. And then the next shloka. Jayatu Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam. Jayatu Jayatu Krishno Vrishni Vamsha Pradipaha. Jayatu Jayatu Mega Shamala Komalango. Jayatu Jayatu Prudhvi Baranasho Mukundaha. Another set of names. If somebody is not so interested in the names in the first shloka, then Kulshekar Alvar has given more varieties. If that is not enough, there are two more shlokas. He Gopalaka, he Krupa Jhalanide, he Sindhu Kanyapate, he Kamsantaka, he Gajendra Karuna, Parina, he Madhava, he Ramanuja, he Jagatraya Guru, he Pundari Kakshamam, he Gopi Jananatha Palaya Param Janami Natvam Vina. More names. There's one more. Srinath Narayana Vasudeva Sri Krishna Bhakta Priya Chakrapani Sri Padmanabhachuta Kaitabhare Sri Rama Padmaksha Hare Murare Ananta Vaikunta Mukunda Krishna Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. See, beautiful names. You can continuously, constantly keep on reciting these names, this Nama Japa, chanting the holy names of the Lord. How beautiful, how sweet they are. So that is the process of Cheto Darpana Marjanam. And then that is the sadhana. So here the second one and the third one. Third S is sadhana. Continuous cleansing of the heart. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Fourth one is seva. In the state of illusion, if we don't do any devotional service, if we don't serve the Lord, if we don't serve the devotees, what happens? We are serving ourselves. We are serving our own ego. We are serving our own pride. We are serving our own kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsarya. There's a beautiful saying that says, if you are not serving God, you will end up serving the dog. The ideal state is to serve both God and dog, both. Because there is a Paramatma in dog also. So dog has to be given due respect, dog has to be served. But in the absence of God, in the absence of serving God, you will end up serving only dog. That is the most unfortunate thing. Okay, seva. So as we start reading Shastra, the second one, second S. As we start reading Shastra, we will get theoretical knowledge. That is jnana. Now that jnana is not enough. We need to have vijnana. We need to have some realization, some experience, some bliss, some practical realization. We can get that when we perform seva. When we perform seva as a servant, our ego is reduced. We will develop humility. We will remain humble. We will become humble. And we will get vijnana, practical realization. Knowing that I am not the body, but I am the soul, that is just a theory. When you read Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatrana muhyati najayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavitana va bhuyah ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं मृतस्य जन्म च तस्मादपरिहार्येऽर्थे न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. So this is all knowledge, theoretical knowledge about Atma, soul. So how do you get the practical realization? That is by performing seva. So one is knowledge, the other one is action. Shastra is the knowledge, Seva is the action. So both are needed. Knowledge and action, both are needed. Finally, now what is the goal of all this? What is the goal of satsang? What is the goal of reading Shastra? What is the goal of sadhana, chanting? What is the goal of seva? It is one and only one, smaranam. Constant remembrance of the Lord. Smaranam. Constant remembrance of the Lord. So these are the 5 S. So I'll say the word, you repeat after me, okay? Satsang,
Satsang,
Shastra,
Shastra,
Sadhana,
Sadhana,
Seva,
Seva,
Maranam.
Smaranam.
Maranam. Yes. So these 5 things can also be summarized using A, B, C, D, E alphabets. A, B, C, D, E alphabets. A for association, that is satsang. B for books, shastra. C for chanting, that is sadhana. D for devotional service, seva. E for experiencing bliss, smaranam. When you remember the Lord, you will experience bliss. E for experience or experience the bliss. A, B, C, D, E. Okay? So there will be a test on this tomorrow. Okay? You will have multiple choice questions. A, B, C, D, E. So it starts with satsang. This 5-step process starts with satsang. And then as you are in the association of devotees, slowly you will develop some interest of reading Shastra. Now this is a very, very important thing. Reading Shastra, hearing Shastra, it's very important. I'll tell you something, I'll tell you something, and after that you'll understand how fortunate we are all who are attending this call. In the temple, in the Samamish temple, they have tried so many different ways of inculcating this good practice, good habit of reading Shastra. They have been trying very hard to conduct classes in the temple so that people can come and attend, especially the core congregation members, core devotees who have been coming to the temple for last 10-15 years. We have been doing sadhana for 10-15 years. Several times they started, and then after a few months, everybody loses interest and it fails. Like that, they did that. They tried multiple times in the last 10 years that I have seen. They tried multiple times in different ways. Nothing has worked. Now again, just 1 month back, they started again. Morning, Saturday, Sunday, weekend classes, 8 to 9:30 in the morning. Everybody can make it. It's a weekend in the morning. Morning, you don't go out anywhere. You don't go and party. You don't go and attend any puja or anything, right? So you are at home during that time, morning. But guess how many people are coming to the class? They started Bhagavatam from first canto, first chapter, first shloka. 3 or 4 people. Some days 3, some days 4. So far I have seen maximum 5 people. And for that they are announcing, nice, yummy breakfast. One day puri, one day, poha, one day this, one day that. So many different things. Still people are not coming. So all of us, we should feel very fortunate. We should feel blessed that I have seen in the since last 1 year. We started this in April, last year, April. Since last 1 year, on an average, we have 15 to 20 people every day. On an average, this is our number, 15 to 20 people. Now you all have so many commitments. You have children, you have families, and many of you are working. You have to catch up with so many things tomorrow morning. But still, you are dedicating your time, precious time, for reading scriptures. So, Shastra. Second one is Shastra. Very, very important. So as we get association of devotees, we will develop a taste to read Shastra. And then we'll also be, as we are reading scriptures, we will be inspired to chant. We'll be inspired to do sadhana. Now this sadhana, it not only is limited to chanting, but it includes all the Navavida Bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Padasevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Vandanam, Atmanivedanam, everything. So chanting is Kirtanam, but you can do all these 9 things as part of sadhana. Archana, deity worship at home, in the temple. Vandanam, offering prayers, reciting stotrams, reading stotrams, that is Vandanam. Padasevanam, do some volunteer service whenever possible. So that is sadhana. Seva. Yeah, the volunteer service is seva. Fourth one is seva. Fifth one, smarana. The goal of everything is smarana. So without satsang, sat means truth. Sang means association. The association of people who are inquiring about absolute truth. The association of people, the Sangha of people, the Sangha of devotees, the Bhakta Sangha, Bhakta Jana Sangha, those who are trying to find the truth, those who are seeking the truth, those who are finding the truth, those who are finding happiness in the truth. Otherwise, in the absence of satsang, you will find happiness in random things, random environments, random events, random parties, random movies, random entertainment, random vacations, so much of random stuff. And everything is dark. As it is clearly, mentioned in the picture here, everything will be dark. But satsang, you see, it is illuminating, it's bright. So Shastra is like the prism. So when you pass light through the prism, it generates a spectrum. It generates spectrum of the VibGR. Remember from the school days, the physics classes from school days. You pass white light through the prism, and you will get multiple colors. VibGR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, all those things. VibGR. So like that, when we put our perception through the prism of Shastra, Jnana Chakshu, this is called as Shastra Chakshu or Jnana Chakshu. The prism here is Shastra Chakshu or Jnana Chakshu. Then we will see our life becoming colorful, multicolors. You will see all the 7 colors in our life. And that's the reality. Otherwise, everything will be same, one single color. And that is, what is that color?
White or black?
Black. It will be black. Everything will be dark. That's why it will be black. Sadhana. Sadhana is the daily hygiene of the heart. Just like how we take shower every day, that's the hygiene of our body. Similarly, we need hygiene for our mind, heart. So the biggest problem in our bhakti sadhana is ego. You take the example of Indra, you take the example of Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravanasura, Kumbhakarna. You take the example of anybody, Shishupala. What is the biggest problem with them? Ego.
Trump also, Prabhu.
Who? Trump. Trump also. So these are all the different examples, who are the personification of ego. So when you start serving, initially you may not like it, but when you start serving like a servant, slowly that ego will be reduced and will become humble. Finally, the smaranam. So our mind is constantly, wandering. It's going here and there. It's thinking about all the different things that we have done. It's thinking about all the different places that we have gone to. It's thinking about so many different things. Every day, on an average, 60 thoughts come into our mind. Now, how do we bring our mind back from these innumerable number of thoughts? We have to, or how do you even stop? How do you even stop the mind from wandering? For example, if a small child is running all over, a newborn baby, after 8 months or so, the baby starts walking. The mother lets the child walk for some time, and then after that, the mother knows that if the child continues to walk everywhere, into all the rooms, the child will grab dangerous things. It's not safe for the child. So what will the mother do? Mother will put the child in a crib. So that crib is it provides a border protection. It provides a fence for the child, so that the child will not go everywhere. Similarly, we have to tie our mind. We have to provide fence to our mind in all 4 directions. In fact, 10 directions. So north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, up and down. So 10 directions. In all 10 directions, we have to provide fence. And we have to provide something for the mind to hold on to. That is called anchor. యాంకర్ అంటే టీవీ యాంకర్ కాదు. యాంకర్ అంటే బోట్. మనం ఇప్పుడు గుహుడి గురించి డిస్కస్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం కదా. ఫర్ ద బోట్, when you bring the boat from the water onto the shore, to stop the boat from floating back into the water, what you do? You tie the boat with an anchor onto the shore. Similarly, we have to tie our mind to some anchor, and that anchor is just imagine it like a rope. Anchor means it's like a rope. That rope is smarana, remembrance of the Lord. You think about some shloka, think about some stotram, think about some leela of the Lord, think about some beautiful points that we are discussing in the class. Then the mind will not go anywhere. Okay, so this is the integrated ecosystem of Bhakti sadhana. Satsang, Shastra, Sadhana, Seva, Smarana. As soon as you remember Krishna, illusion cannot exist. Okay, so beautifully done. I hope you will never forget these 5 S's. A, B, C, D, E, 5 S. Okay, so now we will get into Guha's discussion. For the next 20 to 30 minutes, we'll try to discuss something about Guha. I see some new person, Pavitra. I remember seeing that name sometime back.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I'm coming morning class of Bhagavad Gita, sorry, Bhagavatam class, Prabhu.
Are
From Warangal.
you from India or here?
Yes, no problem. I'm from Warangal, India.
India. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. మీరు వరంగల్లో ఉంటారా హైదరాబాద్లో ఉంటారా?
Warangal, Prabhu.
వరంగల్లో ఉంటారా? Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So before we get into Guha's discussion, any quick questions, comments, reflections on what we discussed now? All good?
As usual, it is very good.
Thank you. Yeah. This whole thing can be summarized with a beautiful shloka of Mukundamala Stotra by Kulashekara Alvar. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. See, Kulashekara Alvar has made it very easy. Now, since last half an hour, I have been discussing so much. And this whole thing can be remembered, it can be summarized in just one shloka. Namami Narayana Pada Pankajam. Let me always offer my pranam to the lotus feet of Krishna. Vadami Karomi Narayana Pujanam Sada. Let me always worship that Śrīmad Narayana. Vadami Narayana Nama Nirmalam. Let me always chant the holy names of the Lord Narayana. Smarami Narayana Tattvam Avyayam. Let me always remember the Tattva of the Lord. Okay? Now, so where were we in Guha's discussion? Bharata came and met with Guha, and Bharata inquires about Lord Rama. Where did my brother Ram, slept? Where did Ram, Sita, Lakshmana slept for that night? What did they eat? What and all they did? What was the conversation that you had with my brother? So Bharata is asking everything to Guha. So as soon as Guha told Bharat that Rama, Sita, Lakshmana has slept on the bare ground on thin grass bed, seeing that, Bharata became unconscious. He fell unconscious. And seeing that, Guha was shattered. Guha started trembling. He was shaking. And then everybody tried to console Bharata, and after some time Bharata came into consciousness. So this is what happens when you remember the Lord. You will exhibit Ashta Satvika Vikar. There are 8 different types of Satvika Vikaras. Abnormal behavior. But it's a good, even though it is abnormal, but it is good abnormal. It's abnormal in a good way. Generally, vikara means something bad, like kadupulo vikaram antar kada. If your tummy is upset, that's a vikara. That's not good. But the Ashta Satvika Vikara, the Satvika Vikaras in Bhakti, they are good. Like hair standing on end, goosebumps. As soon as you think about the Lord, you should get goosebumps. As soon as you start chanting the names, you should get goosebumps. So like that. Just like how in Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya, when he was hearing the conversation of Krishna and Arjuna, he got goosebumps.
That shloka from Mukundamala tells.
In Mukundamala Stotra also, Kulshekara Alvar. Bhaddhenāñjali-nānateന shirasa gatrai saromodgamai kanṭena swaragadgadhena nayane nodgirna bhashpambuna nityam tvacharanaravinda yugala dhyanamrita swadinam asmakam sarasiruhaksha satatam sampadhyatam jeevitam. So, very nice. We are finding so many Mukundamala Stotra shlokas today. Very good. So we discussed yesterday that Guha not only shared the grief of Bharata, but he also provided support to Guha. That is an example of a true friend, true devotee friend. A true devotee friend is that person who shares the grief of the other person. Paradukha dukhi. That means if another devotee is sad, you are also sad. If another devotee is happy, you are also happy. In the material world, things work quite opposite. In the material world, people are parasukha dukhi and paradukha sukhi. If others are happy, we are sad. If others are sad, we are happy. But here Guha, he is sharing. What a beautiful thing. Huh? I have combined Guha and Bharata and I said Gurata. Yeah. So Guha plus Bharata equals to Gurata. So it's the time for Guraka. That's why maybe I said Gurata. So Guha. Guha, he shared the grief of Bharata and he supported him. He provided support. He said, "Oh Bharat, don't worry. We'll help you. I have a huge army of my Atavi Jati people. All of us will help you find your Lord Ram. We will take multiple boats. We will go in different directions, and then we'll find your Ram. Don't worry." So this is a beautiful shloka from Valmiki Ramayana. Sobravid Bharatam Hrishtaha Nishadhadipatir Guha Yad Vidham Pratipadecha Rame Priyahite Tithau. So what's happening here? Both Bharata and Guha they are enjoying discussing about Lord Rama. They are relishing Rama Katha. First, Bharata asks Guha the whereabouts of Rama. Like where did he sleep? What did he do? What did he eat? All of those things. And what conversation you had with Rama. And Guha is telling Rama Katha to Bharata. And after that, Bharata starts glorifying Lord Rama. Katam Indhi Varashamam. Remember we discussed those shlokas 2 days ago? I think Monday or Tuesday we discussed those shlokas. Katam Indi Varashamo. And then he starts glorifying Lakshmana. Danya Kalu Mahabhago. Does anyone remember those shlokas?
Yes,
Sudhamata?
లేదు ప్రభుజీ శ్లోక గుర్తులేదు ప్రభుజీ.
Okay.
Lakshmana Subhalakshana.
Lakshmana Subhalakshana. Very good. Yeah. So, okay. So, నేను ఆ స్లైడ్స్ అన్ని పంపిస్తానులేండి అందరికి. If I go back, then we will never come back here. If we start reciting those shlokas, we'll never come back here. So, I'll send all the slides. So first Guha gives Rama Katha. First Guha gives a class, then Bharata gives a class about Rama. So together, Parasparanu Katanam, they release Rama Katha. So first they shared the grief, and then they shared Katha. Seeing where Rama, Sita, Lakshmana slept, that caused distress to Bharata. And seeing that, it caused distress to Guha. Now after some time, as Bharata was hearing more about Rama from Guha, Bharata became joyful. And as Guha kept on hearing more about Rama and Lakshmana, Guha became joyful. See what a beautiful transformation from grief to joy, from grief to spiritual thrill.
Grief is like how they struggle. Joy refers to Prabhu?
Joy in hearing about the Katha.
About, okay, got it.
Yeah. As Bharata was glorifying Rama,
Oh.
Katam Indi Varashamo. That gave joy to Bharat, Guha.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not reading everything that is there on the slide, but I'm pausing so that you can read by yourself. Okay, so then after long conversation, Now Bharata asks Guha to arrange for boats so that they can cross Ganga and go into the forest and search for Rama. Guha arranged 500 big boats because Bharata and Shatrugna, they did not come alone. Along with them, Vashishta Muni came, all the mothers, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, and so many citizens of Ayodhya, they all came. The army came, everybody came. So Guha arranged for different boats, some special class boats and ordinary boats. Special class boats, personally ferried or rowed by Guha, they are for Bharata, Shatrugna, Vashishta, and the mothers. Now this is the seva, this is the service that Guha is doing to Bharat. So if we look at Guha's fortune, the first fortune of Guha was when Ramachandra visited Guha. Now second fortune is when Bharata came and met with Guha. So what happened when Rama visited Guha? Guha provided, Guha served the Lord directly. And now here when Bharata came, Guha is serving the servant of the Lord. So he is covering all aspects. You know, if he is serving only the Lord directly, the Lord may or may not feel happy. Because as Krishna says in Bhagavatam, if somebody says they are my devotee, I do not consider them as my devotee. But if somebody says they are devotee of my devotee or they are servant of my devotee, then I consider them as my devotees. So here Guha is doing both, serving the Lord directly and serving the devotee or the servant of the Lord. Now what happens when we serve the devotees? What happens? Because Guha served Bharat, he was able to get the darshan of the Lord again after 14 years. Ramachandra remembered the service of Guha to Bharat. That's why while Ramachandra is coming back from Lanka to Ayodhya, Ramachandra sent Hanuman to Guha and sent a message that we are coming to meet you. And then everybody, Rama, Bharata, Shatrugna, Hanuman, all the entire family, entire Ram Parivara, they all go and meet with Guha. And in fact, they take Guha to Ayodhya. So it is described that the Sumantra is the minister. Sumantra is the minister and he was also the chariot driver who drove the chariot, right? So Sumantra and Guha, they were looking at Rama and Lakshmana like sun and moon in the sky. There is this beautiful shloka from Valmiki Ramayana. Is there a slide for that? No. This one. So this is the shloka for the previous one. So bravid bharatam hrista nishada adipatir guha yad vidam pratipede yadvidam pratipedecha rame priyahite tithau. This is how they both, Guha and Bharata, they shared the joy in discussing Ramakatha. And then how Guha and Sumantra, how they were looking at Rama and Lakshmana as sun and moon. Tata Sumantrena Guhena Chaiva Samiyatu Rajha Sutavaranye Divakarashchaiva Nishakarascha Yathambare Shukra Bruhaspatibhyam. Then in that forest, the princess Rama and Lakshmana were seen by Sumantra and Guha as in the sky the sun and the moon are seen in conjunction with Venus and Jupiter. Tata Sumantrena Guhena Chaiva Samiyatu Rajya Sutaj Paranye Divakarashchaiva Nishakarascha Yathambare Shukra Brihaspatibhyam. సుధా మాతాజీ మీరు చదవండి ఇంతకు ముందు శ్లోకం ఇది 2.
Yes, Prabhuji. ब्रवीत् भरतं हृष्टो निषादाधिपतिर्गुहः यद्विदं प्रतिपेदे च रामे प्रियहिते तितौ ततः सुमन्त्रेण गुहेन चैव समीयत राजसुतावरण्ये दिवाकरश्चैव निशाकरश्च यथाम्बरे शुक्रबृहस्पतिभ्याम्.
Okay. And then because of Guha's service to Bharata, he became eligible for the mercy of the Lord. He became eligible for divine grace. So this is the key principle in Bhakti, that is to serve the devotees. To serve the devotees. Only when we serve the devotees, the Lord will be pleased. So there is a small story. It's a general story that I tell this in the Discover Yourself class, in the very beginning of Bhagavad Gita class. I don't know if some of you attended that class, if you remember that example. But this is a very nice story. In a government office, there is an officer and there's a clerk. So one day, this clerk, he wanted signatures of the officer urgently on some important documents. It was already end of the day and the officer has already gone home. So this clerk, he realized that he needed some signatures very urgently that day. So he goes to the home of this officer and as soon as the officer sees that this clerk has come home, he will show some frustration that, why did you come home? Anything related to work, it has to be in the office only. Why did you even come here? Even if it is urgent, we'll deal with that tomorrow. So don't disturb, our family life, coming home like this, asking for signatures on documents. So he showed his frustration like that. And then with some disappointment, the clerk went back to office. And then after a few days, after a few months like this, there was another situation like this where the clerk needed some important signatures. So this time, the clerk, what he did was, he bought some nice gifts. He knows that the officer has a child. He has a boy. So the clerk, this time, when he wants to go to the home of the officer, he will take some nice gifts like candies, some toys, things like that. And then as soon as he goes to the home of the officer, he will not even call for the officer. The officer is inside in one of the inside rooms. He will not even call the officer. And he sees the child of the officer playing in the living room. And this clerk goes and gives all the candies, the toys, everything to the child and starts playing with the child without even asking for the officer. And then the child is happily playing with this clerk. The clerk is also completely absorbed, forgetting everything. The clerk completely absorbed in entertaining the child, making the child very happy, giving full attention to the child. See, when you give attention to the child likes it. If you are carrying the child and you are looking on the phone, with one hand you are carrying the child, another hand you are looking at the phone, or you are carrying the child and doing like this and looking here and there, or you are carrying the child on your shoulder and then watching TV or talking on the phone, child will not like all these things. But when you drop everything and just focus on the child, give full attention to the child becomes super happy. So the clerk was exactly doing this. And then the child was happily smiling, laughing, giggling with joy, jumping up and down. Now the father, who is the government, who is the officer, who is inside, in his room, he hears all this beautiful noise. And he is wondering who has come, why the child is behaving so happily, so joyful. And when he comes to the living room, he sees this clerk again has come. And this time, the officer does not get disturbed. He doesn't get frustrated. And he comes and sits down. The officer comes and sits down along with the clerk and asks, "Oh, why have you come all the way from your home to here? Why have you come all the way from T Nagar to Mylapore? Or why have you come all the way from Amirpet to Secunderabad? If it was urgent, you could have just sent me a message and I would have come to your home. So tell me where you need signatures." Now the officer started behaving like a servant to the clerk. Why? What is the difference here? What's the difference?
He pleased the officer's child.
He pleased the child of the officer. That is when the officer became very pleased. So now here, that is what Guha did to Bharat. Bharat is, is the servant of the Lord. He's like the child of the Lord. So when Guha served Bharat, how did Guha serve Bharat? He deployed 500 boats and different boatmen. Guha has so many boatmen, so many assistants. Different boatmen in different boats, they all went in different directions and searched for Rama. Without Guha's help, probably it would have been very difficult or maybe impossible for Bharat to find Rama. So because of this service to Bharat, Guha became eligible for the divine grace. Accelerated darshan. See on the slide, you see that beautiful word, accelerated darshan. That means the Lord came back again. Now as and when Guha helped Bharat find Rama, along with along with Bharata Shatrugna, all the family members, Guha also went to Chitrakoot to see Rama. So this was the second time Guha is seeing Rama. And again, after 14 years, Rama remembered the service of Guha, and Rama personally came to reciprocate to the service of Guha. So even though they did not meet for 14 years, but still Rama remembered everything. Rama remembered everything. Even if we do a small service, the Lord will remember everything. So one of the acharyas, I think the Govindaraj Swami Acharya, yesterday we discussed one shloka, right? The commentary on Valmiki Ramayana by Govindaraja Swami Acharya. He explained something very beautiful about Lakshmana's service. He tells that Lakshmana in his own words, he tells that my Lord Rama, even if I provide a small service to him, he considers it as very big. And he gives an example. Lakshmana gives an example saying that if I give a kusha grass, darba, if I give a darba to Rama, let's say Rama needed darba for doing Sandhya Vandanam, and Lakshmana provides that. It's a very simple thing, right? Darba, giving darba, it's a very simple thing. It doesn't take much time, and it's a very insignificant thing actually. In fact, that grass is used as a metaphor, analogy, upama, like alankara, upama, udaharan laga cheptaru kada. If you have to compare something very insignificant, what do you say? Trinaprayanga తీసి పడేశాడు అంటారు కదా. Trinaprayanga. Trina means this grass. Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Trinadapi sunicena. Trina means grass. Trinad api sunicena. Become more humbler than the blade of grass. So coming back to Lakshmana. Lakshmana says, even if I provide a small trina or darba, you know what Rama says? Rama will consider that service as if Lakshmana has planted a huge tree of grass. Now the grass is actually only this much. But Rama will consider in his mind, Rama will imagine, oh, my Lakshmana, he has planted a seed and he grew a huge tree of grass, and then he picked one blade of grass for me and gave it to me. It's a beautiful explanation by Lakshmana. So that is how my Rama considers my service as. Not only Lakshmana, anybody, any Guha, the service that Guha has done, maybe maybe big here, because helping find Rama, that's a big service. But even if a squirrel is helping Rama in bridging Rama Setu by providing few sand particles, Rama considered that service as equal to the service of Hanuman. And this is all service directly to the Lord. Now, what to speak of service provided to the devotees of the Lord? The Lord is even more pleased. That's why Lord gave a special benediction to Guha. So, in some sense, Guha is an acharya for Bharata. See, when Bharata is leaving, okay, from Guha's home, and he is about to leave in the boats, right? Bharata takes permission of Guha. I mean, who is Guha to give permission to Bharata? Bharata is a king. He's a brother of Rama. If you compare the social status of Guha and Bharata, nowhere equal. Bharata is here and Guha is here. But still, as a proper etiquette, he wanted to take leave, saying that I will take leave from your home. And then Guha personally helped row the boat of Bharata, and then they both went there to Chitrakuta. But yeah, the Lord is very pleased when we provide service to the devotees, Vaishnavas. Okay, so we continue this tomorrow. Discuss more about Guha's devotion for Rama and how Rama reciprocates. Now, whatever Guha has to do, it is done now. He has dropped Bharata at Chitrakuta, and then for 14 years, nothing happens between Guha and Rama, Bharata, Lakshmana, Shatrughna. Nothing happens. And after 14 years, what are the beautiful things that happen when Rama is returning from Lanka to Ayodhya? How he visits Guha and how he takes Guha to Ayodhya for Pattabhishekam. We'll see more beautiful stuff tomorrow. Any questions, comments, reflections?
One comment is there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Today we smell the fragrance of two flowers. One flower blossom in the kingdom, one flower blossom in the forest. From your discourses.
One flower blooming in the forest, that is Guha.
One flower blooming in the kingdom, Ayodhya.
Bharata.
That is Bharata.
Bharata, yeah.
By exchanging the views of Bharata and Guha, we, the audience of the Kasam group, experienced the fragrance of both the flowers. Both the flowers are talking each other.
So this is called Ramayana Saurabham. Saurabham, the Sanskrit word Saurabham means fragrance.
Yeah. Yes.
Ramayana Saurabham, fragrance of Ramayana. Very beautiful. Yeah, you have summarized
From the mouth of Srinivas sir.
Whatever I am speaking is already spoken by different acharyas. I'm just repeating.
But eliciting the information and giving in a simple way it is also an art.
Yeah, it's all your enthusiasm, the enthusiasm of all the great devotees in this group here. Because of that, Ramachandra is making me speak like this. Hanumat Swami is making me speak like this.
Anyhow, we are fortunate people. As said by you in the beginning,
Yeah, definitely we are very blessed compared to what I have seen, what is happening in in the temple, and how I see many people, they don't find, they don't, somehow they don't show interest in Ramayana. They read Bhagavad Gita, they try to read Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamritham, so many things. But Ramayana, this is beautiful. Ramayana is very beautiful.
And I would like to add one more sentence.
Yeah.
When you said Bharata has taken the permission to leave the forest,
Hmm.
just like we attend any call, Zoom call or whatever it may, it's a live call, it is our responsibility to respond something. Yes, it's good.
Yeah.
It's best. Whatever it be our views, it will encourage us, the other person, and also it motivates us.
Yeah.
This is my opinion.
Yes, totally. Very valid point you raised. And it echoes the opinion of
Yes, yes,
people. It echoes the
yes.
joy. Now only when you told those beautiful points, right? That we have seen two flowers blooming, one in the forest Guha, other one in the Ayodhya Bharata. Everybody liked it. Everybody felt that joy. So like that, if people start speaking and they share their views, their opinion, then others will enjoy.
I know that everybody is having the feeling, but only thing is they are not reciprocating.
Yeah. So, yes. Yeah. You have to speak something. Even if it is one word, one
Yes, yes.
sentence, one word. Yeah.
No need to on your video. You can, without tu- tuning your video, you can express your opinions.
Yes. Yeah.
Have to be one thing difference between the temple classes and here is we can express our opinion, share our joy.
Yeah.
Much I've never like feel comfortable there. Rather than there also we can do. I don't know why. I've never seen anyone do that. But here it is like very free and then open mind. We can like a family we can discuss. Really very good promise.
The
Yeah.
difference is circumstances. Yeah, where sometime the circumstances are not allowed to speak like this.
Yeah.
Correct. Everybody like the time is also like
Yes, yes.
very strict. Like everyone has to go home. You should not interrupt.
Yeah.
Here it's like our family only. Really like it, Prabhuji. Yes, thank God for giving this group. Really,
Yes.
and thanks to you.
Yes. Every day our prayer should be that we'll continue to have the opportunity of hearing Rama Katha, Krishna Katha like this every day, like this. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. That Bhagavata is not only Bhagavatam, book Bhagavatam, but person Bhagavata. Bharata is a Bhagavata. Hanumat Swami is a Bhagavata. Lakshmana is a Bhagavata. Shatrugna is a Bhagavata. So Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Just like how Guha served Bharat, how can we serve these Bhagavatas? By hearing about them, by hearing their Vaibhavam, by hearing their Guna Vaibhavam. So this is how we can serve them. There are two different ways of serving Acharyas and Bhagavatas. One is serving their Vapu. Vapu means body. Like you do some direct seva to them. If there is a guru, you provide some direct seva. For example, washing their clothes or providing some food items to them, cooking food for them, like that. That is Vapu Seva. But if that is not possible, then Vani Seva. Vani Seva is by Vani is speech. So through speech and by hearing, through Shravanam and Kirtanam. Shravanam is you hear and Kirtanam you speak. You hear the glories of the person and you speak the glories of the person. So that is how we can do Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Yeah.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
Hare Krishna.
రామాయణము జస్ట్ కథలాగా వినడమే గాని మీ ఇంత బాగా ఎప్పుడు శ్లోకాలతో పాటు ఎప్పుడు తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ. మీ వలన రామాయణ శ్లోకాలు చదవడం, భగవద్గీత శ్లోకాలు ఓన్లీ తెలుసు కానీ రామాయణ శ్లోకాలు తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ. చాలా చాలా థ్యాంక్స్ ప్రభుజీ. మీ క్లాస్ అలాగనే వినాలనిపిస్తూనే ఉంటుంది ప్రభుజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రభుజీ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఈ సంక్షేప రామాయణ మీ మంచి మెలోడియస్ ట్యూన్లో చదవడం స్టార్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత మాకు ఇంకా టేస్ట్ పెరిగింది. రామాయణం శ్లోకాస్ మీద ఇంకా టేస్ట్ పెరిగింది.
ప్రభుజీ మీ వలన నేను చదువుతున్నా అనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ. ఎప్పుడు రామాయణ శ్లోకాలు ఎప్పుడు తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ నాకు అసలు.
మనకి 24,000 శ్లోకాస్ చదవలేకపోయినా కూడా అట్లీస్ట్ సంక్షేప రామాయణ ఈ 100
అంటే
శ్లోకాస్.
నాకు ఇప్పుడు రామాయణం సెట్ కూడా తెప్పించుకోవాలనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ మీరు చెప్తుంటే.
అదే ప్రభుజీ, దట్స్ వాట్ ఐమ్ సేయింగ్. లైక్ మీరు ఇప్పుడు సంక్షేప రామాయణం ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ 3 months అయిన తర్వాత వి షుడ్ స్టార్ట్ ద 24,000 ఫుల్ రామాయణం.
What will happen to Krishna?
Krishna, with his mercy, we're getting all of these thoughts. Let's do combine them.
Krishna will cry. Krishna will cry.
No.
ఫస్ట్
మార్నింగ్ 1
రాముడే
class Krishna's
తెలుసు
class,
ప్రభుజీ.
ఈవినింగ్ Rama's class.
ఫస్ట్ రాముడే తెలుసు కదా ప్రభుజీ. కృష్ణుడు నిజంగా ఫస్ట్ రాముడే తెలుసు మనకి.
అవును, చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి రాముడే కదా మనకి. స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు వీధులలో రామనవమికి ఆ స్టేజ్ అదంతా మండపం అంతా ఉంటది. 9 రోజులు రామనవమి వేడుకలు. ఎక్కడ చూసినా రోడ్డంతా ఆ రామనవమి పాటలు వినపడేవి.
అంటే మనకి
చూతమురారండి సీతారాముల కళ్యాణము చూతమురారండి అని చిన్నప్పుడు అన్ని అలా వింటూ పెరిగాం కదా మనం.
ఆ పాట వింటుంటే మనం కూడా పరిగెత్తి వెళ్ళాలి అనిపిస్తుంది. అంత ఎమోషనల్ గా ఉంటది అది.
ప్రతి ఊర్లో హనుమాన్ టెంపుల్ కంపల్సరీ కదా ప్రభుజీ పూర్వం నుంచి. కాబట్టి ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి రాముడు తెలుసు.
ఎస్పెషల్లీ సౌత్ ఇండియాలో మనకి రాముల వారే, రామాలయము, రాముల వారు, ఏదర్ శివాలయం ఆర్ రామాలయం.
ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ.
కృష్ణాలయం, కృష్ణ గుడి చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి. కృష్ణ మందిరాలు చాలా తక్కువ ఉంటాయి కానీ రామాలయం.
కృష్ణుడు అంటే భగవద్గీత అనే తెలుసు ప్రభుజీ. ఓన్లీ భగవద్గీత అది. ఇంకా మనకి హనుమాన్ చాలీసా ఫస్ట్ నుంచి హనుమాన్ చాలీసా.
అవును, విష్ణు సహస్రనామ స్తోత్రము, హనుమాన్ చాలీసా ఇవి.
వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి
సుప్రభాతం. ఓకే, గుడ్.
నాకు చాలా రోజులు వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి కృష్ణుడు సేమ్ అని తెలియదు ప్రభుజీ. చాలా పెద్దగా అప్పుడు సేమ్ అని తర్వాత తెలిసింది.
యాక్చువల్గా నేను టెంపుల్లో బెల్వ్యూ బాలాజీ టెంపుల్లో వెంకటేశ్వర మహాత్మ్యం ఒక సిరీస్ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను. చేస్తాను త్వరలో, అది కూడా చేస్తాను.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. ఆఫ్టర్ మ్యారేజ్ నేను తమిళనాడు కదా ప్రభుజీ, నేను వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామి పెరుమాళ్ అనుకుంటాము. ఆ మూవీ చూసిన తర్వాతనే నాకు అర్థమైంది కృష్ణ అనే వచ్చారు అనేసి. ఆ స్టోరీ ఆ తర్వాతనే తెలిసింది నాకు.
ఓకే, మంగళం కౌసలేంద్రాయ మహనీయ గుణాత్మనే చక్రవర్తి శ్రీమద్ వాల్మీకి రామాయణం కి జై. సీతారామ లక్ష్మణ హనుమాన్ కి జై. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, sir.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.